Okay, so we're all set in here, the lighting on everything, yeah. Yeah. What? No, is it ready? Yes, okay, yeah. Yeah. You two ready? What are you laughing at? Huh? What? Hey? On the back of my chair? Well, you asked for it, it's back, it's a collection video. Everybody, welcome back to the Gaming Pantry for one of the special events here on the RetroBear channel. I am RetroBear. You may have been expecting somebody else. I'm not quite sure who, but no, it's only me here. Thank you very much indeed for tuning in if you are here for the first time. Thank you very much for stopping by. Do feel free to check out the rest of the content, and if you do like what you see, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and tick the notification bell for notifications when more videos get uploaded. In the meantime, if you are back here once again, thank you very much indeed for your continued support, much appreciated, and I hope you enjoy the video. Just addressing the game in the room, which we always have in the background, a bit of an irony? Who's irony? A bit of an irony because I have a PlayStation 2 game running and we're going to be doing a collection on a completely different system, but then again that's how I roll. So what you're going to be watching in the background is Space Invaders Invasion Day, which would have the disc in there, but that's playing at the moment. One of the many PlayStation 2 games I've got, and I should be doing a video on this at some point because it's absolutely interesting, shall I say, probably the best way to describe it going forward. So we are on the air, we are live as recorded, and this may be a first of possibly 2, 3, maybe 4, depending on how long I can go on for, because I've got a lot to get through. And it's a collection video. I haven't done one of these for quite some time. People have been asking me. I've had requests from Elmo from Sesame Street. I had a request from Jimmy Garoppolo. Also a request, very interesting me to take time out for his busy schedule, Nigel Farage, all asking me, hurry up and do this. We really want to see it. Really want to see this video. So what else can I do but give you the video you've been asking for? And it's one I've been dying to do, and a machine which I absolutely love, and without wasting too much time, because I must be honest with you, there's a lot to get through and I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to do it. So sit down, pour yourself a drink or 7, order a couple of meals, maybe take a couple of days off work. We could be here sometime because we're going to be doing the Xbox 360, which, as you can see, was nicknamed Blackpool when I first bought it. Now, I actually bought this from a store near me, which had the Blackpool thing on it. So, how did I become to own one of these so late? Because I didn't get it until 2018. This is the 500 gig version, by the way, just so you're aware. But we'll get to that in a second. So 360, yeah. When it came to the crunch of buying that generation of machine, it was very much a choice between PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Having enjoyed playing on the Xbox, and perhaps got a bit late to PlayStation 2 games, I thought, well, perhaps we should have an Xbox 360. Besides, it's been out longer, there's more software available for it. But a couple of sticking points, which if I do a PlayStation 3 video, I'll go into more detail about. But it turns out basically that because of the issues that the 360 had at the time, there was the Red Ring of Death. There was the issue with the HD DVD, which was at that point I think had already been pretty much confirmed as dead in the water, and the fact that the PlayStation 3 you were able to, you know, play Blu-rays on it because it came with a built-in Blu-ray player, and of course those things at the time, you know, buying a console and a Blu-ray player probably separately would have set you back about 500 quid. So buying one of those and then buying a Blu-ray wasn't essential. So unfortunately the 360 had to wait. I can't remember when we got the PlayStation 3, probably 2007, 2008, something like that. It was fairly, it was one of the old fat models anyway. So we had to leave the 360. Well, we had to leave the 360 until much later. And then when I eventually got hold of a 360 in May 2018, it was through the use of CX credit. So I didn't actually pay a penny for this, and the entire console was purchased along with a copy of one of the games. So if I remember which one it was, I'll show you. Basically, Mrs. Bear's mum wanted to get rid of all the DVDs. So rather than, and because she was having difficulty getting around, she said, well, just go through them all for me. If there's anything of value, she says, take it to that place you get all your stuff from, she says, and get yourself something for your collection, which is amazingly generous. So really, this is her 360, but well, in a funny kind of way. So yes, I was happy to go along and get one of those, and this was meant to be an unboxed one. There's various sort of levels. There's discounted, unboxed, boxed, and mint. Hate that word. So this was meant to be an unboxed one in one of my local CXs. Turns out it actually came with a box. So, what's in the box? Well, funny you should ask that. A bit of cardboard. What should we got? That shouldn't be in there. I'll come to that a bit later. Most of you may have seen that before. What else we got? That shouldn't be in there either, because that didn't come with it. I'm just storing those things in there. What have we got? So we got the giant power cable. Also got a one controller. And I'm not sure where it's gone to. I think I may have moved it, thrown it out. There was a pink HDMI lead in here as well, but I appear to have moved that. Just say, wondering what those are, that's the Lips microphone for it, which I've stuck in there because I'll lose it otherwise. And that's also the basic sort of webcam for it. Those are, along with Connect, the only three peripherals I've got for it. Let's get the actual console out itself. Drop it. What's happened to my pink HDMI lead? Gene? No ideas? Okay. So that's the model. Put it upside down, which is really going to help it, isn't it? There we go. So this is the 500 gig version. Still got the warning sticker on the front there, which wasn't taken off at the time. It's not the greatest condition. You can see it's quite marked on the top, but nothing too serious. I mean, you know, as long as it plays stuff, that's fine. Ventilation on the top if you've not seen a 360 before, but if you have not, then that's what one looks like. There's ventilation around the side. That's the back of it there. So you got USB, HDMI, internet port, power cable, other stuff as well. Loads of things around the back there, and that's the bottom of it. There you go. Anybody interested in the serial numbers and stuff like that? What have we got here? So this is manufactured on the September 2014, I think. 2014-9-06, which I'm guessing is probably going to be there. Doesn't look like it's been opened, so no one's been poking around on the inside because the warranty label appears to be still intact. And the serial number for those of you interested is 10582234360 360e console. Yeah, so 55 quid I think that was altogether. Or 58, I can't quite remember, but to get one in a box, I thought was oh, there it is there. There it's, well, pink-ended HDMI lead. Goes nicely with my pink DS case. I can probably tell you how much that actually cost. Oh, £62, sorry, not 50. Oh, where's 58 from? £62 that cost me. I also picked up a copy of Gears of War and Gears of War 2 with it. There we go, so £62 unboxed. But it was boxed. Oh. So that's it. So yeah, finally owning one of those, which was actually paid for with trade money, which is great. And I mean, it's something that I never do. Very, very rarely will I do anything like that. This was just one of those once in a lifetime opportunities to do it. The only time I've done it before, I've done it since. Sorry, not done it before, since I traded in my wrestling DVDs and got about £100 worth of credit. But yeah, so, and it's brilliant. It works absolutely fine. No problems at all reading anything. No issues. No overheating problems. It's disappointing you only got the one controller with it, because it sort of means you can't play two-player games. It's a bit disappointing. But yeah, and absolutely thrilled to finally have one. And to be honest with you, this model was the one I would have wanted anyway. I wouldn't have wanted one of the early ones because they're a bit dodgy. At one point I did consider buying the 4 gig version, but then I sort of found out that how big some of these games actually were. Would never have been able to save anything from it, so I just basically found a cheap way of getting one. That was it. I'm forever grateful to Bishop Bear's mum for that one. So that's it, that's my 360. And like I said, very few peripherals for it. I said I got the Lips microphone because I bought some games for it. How much? I can't remember where I got that from. The webcam, which was needed for You're in the Movies, which came out, one of the very first games which came out for it, bog standard one. It's not compatible with Kinect. I've also got Kinect, which will explain why I've got a lot of Kinect games, which I think I bought for £4, I think it was, and because the E model means you can just plug that straight into the back, whereas some of the older 360 models you need the adapter to plug it into as well, and then into there. And that's it. And so pretty much from that point on, I started just going out and adding games to the collection. And I've always liked the... I don't know, because I love the original Xbox so much, I really, really, really wanted to make sure that I got a 360. I'm not so fussed about getting an Xbox One or one of these other ones which are coming out later, which I've got... I can't keep up now, honestly. It's too much for me now, too much. But yes, I'm not really interested in that now, but that probably, this one here probably will be the last Xbox model I buy. I don't think I'll be buying any more after. I certainly won't probably be tracking down, unless somebody gives me one, which is, let's be honest here, people give me too many things anyway as it is, so I'm never going to be given one of those. But I just don't see me investing in one. There's nothing really that I can sort of think, oh yeah, I'd like to do that. But no, with this one, this sort of thing with Kinect is a it's not perfect. It is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, don't get me wrong, but it's great when it works, and there's some really good games for it. And they really try to put things like PlayStation Move. They didn't really make the most of that with Kinect. They brought out games which you could use Kinect with them, even though they weren't actually Kinect games. So from that point of view, I think it's great, and I love playing with the Kinect. It's a super little piece of hardware, and if you haven't got one, I mean, flipping it to £4 to £6 in CX, why haven't you got one? Go and get one. They're great. They're definitely worth picking up. 100% get one. And some of the games are dirt cheap for them as well, and some of them are good. They're not all Kinect Adventures and Kinect Sports. Well, you'll see there's a variety of titles to pick from. Right. Now, we're dealing with around 200 or so games here, so I'm not quite sure how the best way to do this is. Probably just plough through them. When I first started collecting for Xbox 360, it was very much my intention, as it is with a system I've got recently, not to just buy any old rubbish. And I'll just leave a pause there if you want to sort of sit there and spit your tea out and start laughing. And we all know how that one turned out, don't we? Yes. Of course, it didn't quite happen that way, did it? And it never does. But you've got to try and be a bit more. If you start doing something, start collecting from a machine like this one, make sure that you do sort of set yourself parameters and do that. Because after I was struggling to get hold of steel books, and I just started, I'll get that one as well, and I'll get that one, and I'll get that, and I'll start collecting. And all of a sudden, you just buy anything. And as you will see from a lot of these games, I'll just buy anything. And it was my intention just to sort of focus on sort of that. And you know, these shelves here, I mean, at one point my 360 collection would sit on that, but now up here where you can't see, where I've had to take it, practically it was half of that. There's 3 shelves there which you can't see, obviously, and it was taking over half my collection. I can't even get the Xbox and the Xbox 360 on that wall. You know, I've got a PlayStation wall there, I've got a wall of Wii behind me. It'd be nice to have an Xbox wall there, wouldn't it? But I can't get them all on, because I've got too many of one and too many of the other. And where would everything else go? And where the hell was I? So that's had to, the 360 stuff had to come out and stop being collected for, and has gone into crates, which you can hear there. And that's why the retro stuff is now back in where it should be. I mean, it's a retro gaming channel. I am the Retro Bear. I need the retro stuff in here. If I don't have the retro stuff in here, I'm just the bear. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people called the Bear who would quite happily sue. So RetroBear, I'm sticking with that one. So let's go through some of these games now. For the more uninitiated of you, you'll probably realise that if I bought this back in May 2018 and I started reposting videos on YouTube in April 2018, that pretty much my entire Xbox 360 collection has already been categorised on YouTube. And you're absolutely right, it has been. But you have to go through every single video I've done to find them all. So if we try and keep into one place, we'll go along with. As I said, there is. I can't even remember how many games I've got. I haven't written that down. I should have written it down before I started. So I am just going to go through each crate here, and then when I've had enough, I'm going to stop. And then I'm going to come back with the rest of them. And then if I get through all them in 2 videos, fantastic. If I can get through them in 3 videos, possibly even better. It may help you sort of, plan your holidays for the summer around my videos. So let's start with this stuff which is on top of the box here, which I haven't put away. These are probably fairly recent purchases, but it'll be worth seeing them again. So off we go. Zumba Fitness Rush. If I can remember what I paid for them, I'll tell you. I can't remember, but I think this may have come out of a Cash Converters sale last few weeks ago. This may have been a 10p game. I can't quite remember. It's a Connect game. There's no manual with it. It's Zumba. Have you ever done Zumba? It's knackering. Not my sort of thing, but I had to go on the Wii one, and it's knackering. Absolutely knackering. Next up, You Star 2 in the movies. Now, this is, as you can see, there's a lot of film titles there. There's things like The Godfather and Kick-Ass and 300 and Star Trek The Next Generation. The idea is you go into scenes from certain films and TV programmes. It helps best if you use a green screen, which I've got down here somewhere. There it is. So I've never used yet. I may use that at some point. But the idea is you sort of fill in the gaps where the actors should be, and you speak the lines as if you're actually in the film, and then it should record. It doesn't work as well as you should do, but if you have one of those, it works a little better because you look more as if you're actually there as opposed to sort of being superimposed into it. I've not really played it properly, and I really need to give it a go. But this, I mean, this is like dirt cheap. You can pick 50p, this sort of thing. I think I've got mine. I had 2 copies. One was completely racked off. I went into a game and bought it. And this was when they were clearing out their old stock. And then for some reason, they took this pristine copy from the shelf that I gave them, which is empty, threw it in a crate, and then brought me this horrible tatty thing with bits of... Oh, it's horrible. Hanging off it. So I went and bought that one from... I think it was CEX possibly, to replace it. Next up, a game I've got on both the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, obviously, because it's Xbox 360 video. So it's Fuse, which has a pamphlet in it, which seems to substitute for a manual these days. Again, dirt cheap game to buy. And it's made by EA and Insomniac, and Havoc. 4 Elite Agents, 1 Lethal Team. Obviously, I've not played it, but I'm not going to pretend that I played all these because I just haven't got the time. A bit annoyed with that one because it's just like ripping the back. But I should replace that. We mentioned Zumba. There's another Zumba game for you. This is Zumba Fitness Dance Party, or whatever it's called. Join the Party. A game I've already got on the Wii. This one does come complete with manual, and again picked up for dirt cheap as well. I've not spent a huge amount on these 360 games. Obviously a lot of stuff here has been bought for absolutely peanuts. Absolute peanuts. This goes to show you can start a collection on not very much. It's also a Connect game. If you play this on the Wii, you've got a belt and you've got to put your Wii remote onto your sort of hip. This you can just dance in front of the Connect, and it may pick up what you're doing. It may not. Who knows? You're in the movies is what they never say to me. And get a game so bad that you can't actually use the Kinect camera with it. You have to buy the webcam, which I showed you at the start. Again, you can pick this up for absolute nothing. If you're paying 50p, you're paying probably 20p too much for it. It's meant to be terrible. It got slated when it came out. It's rubbish. Here's a game I don't see very often. This is a bit of a tatty one. I'm beginning to kick myself because I saw this a couple of weeks ago. Not a couple of weeks ago, last week I think it was, at the time of recording. And it was, I think it's slightly better box than the one I've got here. It was actually a lot better box than the one I've got here. This is Ninja Gaiden Z Yaiba, and this is a special edition. Why is it a special edition, RetroBear? Well, it comes with a comic book. You can just see moving there. I've played this very, very briefly. It's incredibly violent. It's incredibly stupid. and it's tremendously good fun if you've had a bad day at work. And I don't think it's going to win any design awards. Couple of quid in TX. If you can get it in the special edition with the comic booking, done great. I bought that in the game clearance sale last year. I think I paid 49p for it. It was sealed. I had no idea when I got home it was completely complete. Completely complete. What a great phrase that is. And there's 2 discs to it as well, which is even better because it's also got the Ninja Gaiden Z soundtrack. I knew there was a special reason why it's a special edition, in which case that one I looked at last week may not have been quite as special as that one. Swiftly moving on before I confuse you any further, this is Xbox Live Arcade. The reason I picked this up, not because it was 50p, well because it was, but also the fact this has got a couple of great games on here, including, I'm trying to remember the exact name of the game, Pac-Man Championship Edition I think. Tell me, no manual. I know I bought it ages ago, I think it was dirt cheap, that's why. Yeah, Pac-Man Championship Edition, which I played to death on the PlayStation 3, so I must give it a go on here. You've got Uno, you've got Boom Boom Rocket, you've got Feeding Frenzy, and Luxor 2. Again, you can get this for very, very little. There's 5 games on it. I mean, you know, 5 games for 50p, what more do you want? Blood? Maybe you want blood, I don't know. Plenty of blood in this one. Godfather Part 2. Sequel to the game I've got on pretty much every single console it came out on, because I'm a sucker for film licenses. Good, bad, whatever. Sort of like, for the modern day view, it's sort of like Grand Theft Auto set in the 70s. Act like a mobster, think like a don. Yeah, don't need to say anything else. Again, I think I got that for a quid 50 something. Didn't pay much more than that for it. Like my racing games, that's why I've got Colin McRae Dirt, which I think I played on the PlayStation 3 first. This one comes complete with all the extra lock-ins as well. I lock the unlockable things which I've not tried yet. Again, if you find those in games, you're doing really well. Fantastic series, starting on the PlayStation 1. They are superb fun, incredibly good, and as the graphics have got better, the games have sort of gone with them as well. The gameplay's remained the same, the graphics got better. You've got a fantastic experience. Any you know, Codemaster racing game, Grid, Colin McRae, Dirt games, all superb. Last video I had this one. This is Dreamcast Collection, which I picked up in the charity shop for 2 quid. Don't usually get games that cheap. This one's certainly not. You never see this cheap at all. 4 games on there for you: Sonic Adventure, Sega Bass Fishing, Space Channel 5 Part 2, and Crazy Taxi, which I'm not sure whether, I've still not played it, whether it's going to be the licensed version or not. I have Crazy Taxi on the PlayStation 2. But yet you don't see that at all, you know, outside of CEX. If you do see it, pick it up. 2 quid I pay for that, usually about 6. This is Ridge Racer's attempt to try and do sort of Burnout. I'm told it's a valiant effort. This is the limited edition of Ridge Racer Unbounded. Is Unbounded word? I don't know. Includes 3 cars, which have and also exclusive 5 paint jobs, which are done in Pac-Man, Galaga, Tekken, Soul Calibur, and Ace Combat 3, because the game is by Namco. Complete. You know, I bought it purely on the basis of Ridge Racer game. A couple of people pointed out to me, oh, this is very much a game which is like Burnout. Remember, Burnout used to be sort of drive around very quick and smash cars and all sorts of things. Yeah, lots of crashing and stuff on the back. Drive, destroy, dominate. Gold, gold, gold. You can't believe it. It's just, you know, just fantastic. And thousands of tracks included. 2 quid in a charity shop. Great stuff. This one of the bargains I've picked up. Game which at the moment I think is still selling for 20 quid, was been as high as 25 second hand. This is Minecraft, the 360 edition, not the story edition. No manual, unfortunately. This from the charity shop for 2 quid. I hate Minecraft. Well, I hate Minecraft. I played Minecraft on PlayStation 3 for about an hour and a half, and apart from digging the giant hole, I didn't really get anywhere with it. However, I am open to trying to find out whether I could do any more stuff with it or not. I don't know. But yeah, 2 quid in the charity shop. It's nothing, is it? Absolutely nothing. Complete luck. These were 49p, I think. This is Sega Rally. No, not that one. That one. Not quite as good as the original. No manual, but for 49p, I wasn't going to leave it on the shelf, because again, that's about a 4 quid game usually. I played some PlayStation 3. It just didn't quite capture the imagination of the original. I wasn't expecting the original, because I knew, obviously, being an update, you're going to give people more than a couple of tracks to play on. Perhaps, you know, maybe an online only version redo of that, like they do occasionally, would have been a better option than a full game with a bit more running option. Don't know, 49p, I'm not going to complain too much. This one I've never heard of before, but it's the extended edition, so I can't leave it on the shelf. And this is Sniper Ghost Warrior, which had the added bonus inside of receiving no manual, but also a copy of Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012 edition. And just to prove that, there is a copy of Sniper underneath. So, more so for 49p, pick up 2 games, more so 49p, because I've got Need for Speed Most Wanted, so I won't really bother if this is any good or not. There's a lot of first-person shooters out there to play, and that's another one of them. Again, what was this one? 49p, wasn't it? Yeah, a few weeks ago. Cash Converter's Job. Indiana Jones: The Original Adventure. Lego. 49p. Lego games don't sell for 49p. I think this is about £4 usually, 3-4 quid. Why, Delilah? I don't know. Lego games are great fun. If you don't like Lego games, then I don't know, you're missing the fun part of it. I mean, they're not designed to be sort of like Game of the Year, but they're designed to be playable, fun, and the more people you can get playing them, the better. But some people just don't like them. I can understand that. So you're really going to hate Indiana Jones 2 Lego Adventure, The Adventures Continue, which also now incorporates Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull for reasons unbeknownst only to Steven Spielberg and George Lucas. What a bad idea that was. No manual in that, but again, 49p. This again is a sort of 6 to 8 quid game in CX usually. Lego Indy returns in his greatest adventure yet. This was picked up at the same time that I bought the Wii version. A game I was chasing for a long time. You may know what it is because I've mentioned it before. And as somebody requested it, here it is. This is Sesame Street Season 1 on Kinect. And this game is difficult to find. You don't find it on the shelves anywhere. I made a special journey to one of my local ones when they got it in. Left there early in the morning to get there about an hour and a half later to find out it had already gone. And then when I wasn't looking for it, I stumbled across a copy in another CEX, so I was incredibly lucky. There's Elmo on the back, and this is an interactive episode, so the idea is you're actually taking part in an episode of Sesame Street. And I'm not sure whether it still works or not, but there was access to loads of classic Sesame Street online. I grew up with Sesame Street. It's a big thing for me. If it's a bit of fun, I don't mind. I paid two quid for it, probably more than I usually would do, but yeah, you know, it's a bit of fun. Brings me back to my childhood. I'm getting to the point now where that's quite a long time ago. I need to be reminded of it. Also, a big part of my childhood were the Spice Girls. So this is Get Fit with Mel B, also on Kinect. Yeah, this is a game I own also on the Wii. Also, another Mel B game on the Wii, isn't it? Let's Dance with Mel B. Yeah, let's circumnavigate the globe with Mel B was the one they didn't make. And it also comes with all the bump. What's gumph? All the free stuff inside there, like free 5-day gym membership, as if I'm gonna. No, never use that one. There's also a website as well where you can record your progress, which will be interesting to see if it still works. 100 miles an hour, let's carry on, because it's a Need for Speed Pro Street. Another game I own 2 or 3 copies of. Complete with manual. Love the Need for Speed series, some of them are better than others. If you like car racing, then you won't really complain about any of these whatsoever. This one's got a slipcase on it. People love slipcases. I have no idea why. It's just a piece of cardboard that protects the box. But anyway, this is Kane and Lynch 2 Dog Days, which is the limited edition. And I hear you asking that question, RetroBear. Why is it limited edition? Well, I have absolutely no idea. I have no idea at all. Other than the fact that it comes in one of these nice boxes. No, it says free exclusive downloadable content on the back. Play the exclusive Radio Tower multiplayer map in all multiplayer modes and arcade mode. Stay sharp with 7 exclusive weapons and conceal your identity with 8 stolen masks. Wow. This is the game that came out to it was a sequel to a game that nobody wanted the sequel to, and actually was meant to be a lot better, but because everyone hated the first game so much, no one bought it, so that's why there wasn't a third one. It was a bit of a shame, really, because it's not bad, Scaring the shit out of yourself, it's Resident Evil 6. I'm sure there's been more than 6 Resident Evil games, hasn't there? I mean, we got all the spin-offs like the Umbrella Chronicles and the Dark Side Chronicles and Dead Aim and Ghost Shopping. So you got so many different sorts and variants of it. I think I've got 5 somewhere. We may find 5 in one of the boxes. But it's Resident Evil again. It's for £1. I have enough trouble sleeping as it is at my age anyway, so if I play that for a bit in the dark, I shall not sleep for a fortnight. Also, if I play this as well, I'll probably have the same problem. This is Vampire Reign, a game I've been told is not very good, even though it's got a quite interestingly exciting looking cover and should be a lot better than it should be. I have no idea. And it looks like it's sort of like the sort of SWAT teams taking out vampires. Like I said, I've not played it, but I've got it on authority. It's not very good. Again, picked up for very little. Here's one of these covers that I was not influenced by whatsoever when buying the game. This is Command & Conquer Red Alert 3. Because most of you will know I don't like games like this, strategy games. I will say that it was either that one on the front, or it's that one on the inside. So it's either hot pants or crop top. Or it could be the fact it's got a picture of Tim Curry on the back, well-known actor Tim Curry. You're probably just below my finger there, anyway. There is he, that's him there with the beard. You'll know if you got the game anyway, it's cheap as chips, this one to pick up. No manual with this one. You can see it's come out of CC, which is cash converters. Stop writing on your bloody discs! Goodness me! Yeah, real-time strategy games, which I don't particularly enjoy, but if they're £1, I shall pick them up. Right, that's the first little lot done. Gonna have a quick refresh of the old beverage, and then I'll be back momentarily. Don't go away, don't change that dial, don't change that station. We got more of the same crap coming up soon. Hello? Oh. Right. What do you mean too long? Half an hour later. Oh God, it's going to take forever to do. Well, I don't know. People wanted me to do it, didn't they? I've got to let them know what they want. I mean, that's the reason they tune in. They don't tune in because they come look at me, do they? Well, okay, maybe some of them do. I don't know, and it'd be nice if they did. Okay, well, all right. So, okay, all right. Yes. Okay. Bye. Right, well, apparently it's going to take me about half an hour to do each layer, which is a bit of a waste of time. So rather than keep you hanging on, we'll post this one up here, and then the next video will drop in a few days' time. So yes, it's probably going to be a 4-part of this one. Not to worry, don't worry about that. If you have enjoyed what you've seen, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and tick the notification bell for more video updates when they drop. Because from there, say you want to see part 2. And for those of you who have already been here before, thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you do come back again. Look, you got this far, haven't you? You want to see the rest of it, don't you? I mean, there's some good stuff there. You know, can I tempt you to come back in? I hope so. Anyway, thank you very much indeed for watching. Do take care, and we'll see you for part 2. Bye for now.